Okay, good morning. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. Again, we're covering furlough leave because we've had some further guidance over the weekend. HMRC seems to think that the weekend is the best time to distribute this guidance and information. So let me get slides up for you. Okay, so here we go. So this is a further update then for our for the scheme, and we do seem to be getting there now with this. It does seem to be rounded out. There's a few gaps, but we're getting there. So the first one that HMRC have confirmed is that for those on sick leave, you can look to move them on to furlough leave. Now, the government has confirmed that they don't see this being a step for those who are on short-term sick leave. Ultimately, as you know, you can only furlough people, or you can only reclaim the money if you furlough people for a minimum of 3 weeks. So those who are on short-term absences, those who have been off for a week, 2 weeks because they're self-isolating, those would probably stay on sick pay, but those who are off for longer periods can now be placed on furlough. We've also had confirmation for those who work on visas. So if you are working on a visa, many of those have conditions that you cannot access public funds. Now, under the scheme, we've had confirmation that those who are furloughed will not be considered to be accessing public funds in the normal way. We then have the issue of TUPE. Now, a question has arisen because employers can only furlough staff who have worked for them and been on their payroll since the 28th of February. But those who have TUPE transferred across since the 28th of February, do they qualify? Can they be furloughed? And HMRC have confirmed that yes, employees who have been TUPE transferred post 28th of February can now be furloughed in the same way as if they had remained with their original employer throughout this period. So that's the guidance we've had from HMRC directly, but then we've also had some secondary information from other sources that may be of benefit. The first one, and the most important one, is that HMRC have confirmed to the Relevant Parliamentary Select Committee that the scheme or the web portal for the scheme will go live on the 20th of April, and they're envisaging making their first payments under the scheme on the 30th of April. Now, it's unclear whether they envisage it taking 10 days from application to payment for all of these subsequent claims, or whether they're envisaging a 10-day period to allow for any snagging in the system for the vast number of people who are going to be applying under the system in the very first instance. So it may be that the money starts coming in quicker in subsequent claims, but at the moment we're looking at around a 10-day lead-in. We're still waiting for HMRC to formally publish that guidance, but that is what they're aiming for at the moment. The second area where we've not had formal confirmation from HMRC, but we're getting information sort of leaked out, is in relation to holiday, and in particular whether holiday can be taken whilst on furlough, and in particular whether employers can compel employees to take holiday whilst on furlough. Now, they have tweeted to confirm, yes, you can. Whether you can base your policy decisions and how you manage your business on tweets from HMRC, we'll have to wait and see, but it seems unlikely that they would then go back on that. And what they have also confirmed is that the pay, or the holiday pay, must be at full pay rates. It probably remains sensible to take a cautionary approach on this at the moment, because if they did change their mind when it comes to the formal guidance, you will already have placed someone on holiday, you will already have incurred that obligation to pay them full pay, whilst maybe not being able to claim it back. But fingers crossed, we'll get some further guidance from HMRC on that shortly. So that's it for today. Obviously, as soon as we hear further, we will continue to update you. You'll see my details on the screen, so if you've got any questions or any issues, please do not hesitate to contact me.